Hey everyone, it's Jake here. How's it going? And welcome back to another Pokemon Go PvP video. And in today's video, guys, we are going to be going over part 2 of my Scizor Spotlight videos. So in this one, guys, we're going to be talking about Scizor with the Steel Fast move that is Bullet Punch against the Jungle Cup meta. So to begin this video off, if you guys are new here or if you enjoy this type of content, please don't forget to drop that subscribe, smash the like, and leave a comment down below what you think of Scizor with Fury Cutter versus Bullet Punch. And without further ado, let's jump right into Scizor with Bullet Punch against the top 23 of the Jungle Cup meta. I did include Wigglytuff this time because Scizor does have some very strong matchups against Wigglytuff. So jumping right into this, like I said, we have Scizor against the top 23 including Wigglytuff. I will have a timestamp right about now if you guys just want to see the battles featuring Scizor. So yeah, this is going to be my part 2 of the video, so I hope you guys enjoy this one as well as the last one I posted. You guys can check that out. But here we are without shields each. Scizor is running that double steel moveset with Bullet Punch, Iron Head, and Scizor. And in the zero shield apiece scenario, it wins 10 matchups and loses 11 and draws 2. So if you guys watched the last video, this is actually a lot better of a rate with its matchups when it has Bullet Punch. So it seems that Bullet Punch is the preferred moveset on Scizor because it's neutral versus a lot of Pokemon. So it still is able to beat the grass types, guys, because Scizor, once again, is 4 times resisting grass moves because it is part steel and bug. It will destroy Wigglytuff because that steel type subtyping will be resisting those fairy charms. Although charm still does a lot of damage. But the steel quick move and charge move that Scizor has will absolutely annihilate Wigglytuff, guys. So Scizor is definitely a great counter to Wigglytuff now. It will beat other things like Venomoth, Ivysaur, Beedrill. Again, these confusions, everything from the bugs will be resisted by Scizor. So anything that's psychic, anything that's poison, anything that's bug will all be resisted by Scizor. Because that steel typing, guys, is very crucial. It resists a lot of things like poison and bug. Poison is actually or steel is actually immune to poison, or poison is immune to steel, whichever one it works. So yeah, it's taking very small amounts of damage from those poison moves, and it can still have great matchups against Venusaur and Breloom because they are I believe the steel type is going to be neutral to Breloom and Venusaur. It will also be other things like Masquerain, Cradily, Scyther, and it will tie with Heracross and Alolan Golem. There will be a scenario in the video later on where my Iron Head actually nearly one-shots a Heracross, so very good by Scizor there. I will lose to Alolan Graveler, which is interesting. I'm not sure how it ties with Alolan Golem, but not Alolan Graveler. Probably just because Graveler has a slight bit of tankiness more than Alolan Golem does. It does actually have a lot closer of a matchup versus Vigoroth because the Iron Head will be hitting harder, a lot harder than Scizor, and only charging moves slightly slower. So it loses to Vespiquen, Pidgeot, Scizor because of the flying moves once again. And those power gems will be neutral because of that bug subtyping that Scizor is. It will also lose to Noctowl. A lot of these flyers it doesn't lose that hard to though because the Iron Head and the Bullet Punch is dealing pretty good damage even though it's just neutral. It will lose to Raichu, Magneton, Fortress, Magnezone, and Lantern because it is very squishy and those electric moves are neutral and will hit very hard. And also super spammy. And all these electrics are resisting steel type moves as well as bug type moves if it's part steel. So yeah, that's its 0 shield scenarios. Let's move on to 1 shields here. In the 1 shield, it has 10 wins, 11 losses, and 2 draws. So once again, pretty decent matchups. Pretty much the same counters here. Cradily, the grass, the bug, poisons, Wigglytuff once again. Some of the bug flyers like Vespiquen and Scizor and Masquerain. That's actually a tie with Masquerain, and it's a very, very close win against Scizor. Probably dependent on IVs. It does lose to Scyther, Alolan Golem, and Graveler once again. It does lose to Noctowl and Vigoroth and Breloom, but again, guys, these matchups are a lot closer because that Iron Head damage, or the Bullet Punch damage, sorry, is doing a lot more than Fury Cutter. And because it is neutral, it does better against these mons, but then it will lose to the Electrics harder, as well as Lantern harder. Because that water typing is resisting electric moves. And Fortress will... Yeah, Fortress will also be resisting the Steel type moves because Steel resists itself. So yeah, Raichu with those Brick Break spams are going to just outdo Scizor in the end. And yeah, so let's get into the 2 shield each scenario. So with 2 shields each, guys, it wins 10, loses 11, and draws 2. So that's really interesting. I think it has the same wins and losses all throughout every single shielding scenario, if I remember correctly. Again, the same things, guys. Scizor is probably one of the most consistent Pokemon in regards to the shielding scenarios. It pretty much wins every shielding scenario against pretty much the same Pokemon. So you don't have to be surprised with certain scenarios. It will lose to Raichu, Magneton, Fortress, Magnezone, Lantern, Breloom, Vigoroth, Noctowl, and the Alolans in pretty much every single shield scenario. But it will be able to beat Masquerain, Scizor, Heracross, Vespiquen, Wigglytuff, Venomoth, Beedrill, Victreebel, Venusaur, Ivysaur, and Cradily in all matchups. So a very good and solid Pokemon we have here, guys. These matchups are easy to remember because they are very consistent throughout all shielding scenarios. So just keep track of that. It resists the grass, guys. Fighting is neutral to it. It resists the fairy, and those bullet punches do neutral to pretty much all of the things it beats. So to the bugs, it does neutral. To the Wigglytuff, it does super effective. To the grass, it does neutral, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And to the flying, it does neutral as well. So overall, a very well-rounded Pokemon, and it does have a lot more winning scenarios. Opposed to Fury Cutter, which does lose a lot in the 0 shield scenarios. So overall, I think I can say to you guys that Bullet Punch is the better quick move. Although it does feel like it charges slower than Fury Cutter, it overall loses a lot less, or it doesn't lose quite as hard as a Fury Cutter Scizor. You just have to watch out for the electrics a lot more than with Fury Cutter. So that's the only real thing to take note of here. Against Noctowl and things like Vigoroth, it does pretty well against. Even though it loses, it's somewhat of a close loss. So yeah, that pretty much finishes it off with Scizor against the top 23 Jungle Cup meta. Let's jump right into the battles versus JakeDoesHurdles, my boy. Alright guys, so getting into this first matchup here against my boy JakeDoesHurdles. I will leave his channel link down below. He does make YouTube videos. He is nearly at 100 subscribers, so be sure to get him there, guys. I know that feeling. He at this point, he's just pushing out as much content as he can. And right here, we are up against Noctowl, and look at that. Look at that, guys. It's already down to about 1/4 of its health just from one Iron Head. And that is in part by the damage that Bullet Punch provides. So we are down 0 to 2 shields here, but that's okay. We farm just enough energy to get both Scizor and Iron Head charged, so we can barrage whatever comes in, and it is that Breloom. So instantly we're going to go for the Iron Head, and he does shield, so very smart boy there. You guys know who he is. My counterpart, JakeDoesHurdles. I met him at GoFest. He's a very cool dude. You should really go check out his videos. Yeah, he's gonna switch out here into that Raichu. We are going to try to bait one last shield out with his Scizor. He decides to not shield, so that is our cue to switch into that Vigoroth, because at this point we know we can nearly finish him just with counters. And although he does get these two charge moves back to back, we can come in with Vespiquen and farm the rest of that Raichu. He does have the charge move, but we are going to be quadruple resisting that dynamic punch, so it's going to do essentially nothing. And we do force that last shield, and now it's just a race to a charge move. So Vespiquen will always win against something like Breloom. And yeah, it's so squishy that Scizor can finish that off. So GG's and well played to you, man. In game number 1, I appreciate the battles. And shows that Scizor puts on a lot of shield pressure. Even though he didn't block with Noctowl, you saw what happened there. We finished off Noctowl and we forced a shield from the Breloom. So getting into this next game here against JakeDoesHurdles, we are going to be opening with our Beedrill, and he opens with his Fortress. Now this was a struggle matchup, guys, because that Fortress is a huge wall to our team composition. This wasn't the smartest team comp. We ran 2 bugs and a Golem. So we think this might be an Earthquake, so we're gonna block, but it is Heavy Slam. Now Heavy Slam would still deal a lot of damage because it's neutral. We are chipping away though quite quickly, and we decided to not shield this, and this Heavy Slam is gonna hurt, and it's gonna KO our Golem there. So in this moment, we're debating what to bring in, and we do decide to go with the Scizor. Even though Bullet Punch is resisted, we can fire off this Scizor and then farm just a tad bit of energy there, and then he brings in this Magnet Zone. Now we're really screwed, guys. So we're gonna have to shield this first Wild Charge, and then we're gonna go for the shield bit with Scizor. Magnet Zone is pretty squishy. He decides to not shield, so that's not good. And then we're going to under tap to get to the Iron Head, and he does shield that, so very smart play by him. At least in his prediction skills, that was really good. And then we're going to switch into our Beedrill, guys, and we have that energy to go for the Scizor immediately. Now he does decide to switch out into that Wigglytuff, but that was a mistake, I think, because we can farm a ton of energy after firing off the Sludge Bomb that will KO Wigglytuff, and then we can just barely beat him to that Wild Charge with our Scizor. Now he said he was only 1 spark away from that Wild Charge, so that was very close, but we somehow survived that even with that bad lineup, and we take game number 2. So jumping into this next game, guys, we're going to be opening Vigoroth, and he opens his own Vigoroth. So the mirror match, oh my god, I hate doing these piggyback mirror matches. It's so annoying. It's just like, it's just so stupid. But anyways, he's going to switch out into that Wigglytuff. Now this is the perfect opportunity to show what Scizor can do against Wigglytuff. Look at those bullet punches, guys. We just farmed a crap load of energy from that, and then he brings in his Noctowl. He does decide to block that first Iron Head, which is okay with me. We're going to fire off a second one right after, and this is going to chip away at this Noctowl quite a bit. He is farming a lot at this point, but we can easily shield one of those Sky Attacks. And we're going to bring in our Noctowl to shield the first one, and then tank the second one, I believe, is what we do here. I think we do tank it. Yep, we do. And now we both decide to switch immediately into Vigoroth. So he's going to get that Body Slam off first, because he saved his energy from the mirror match. We're going to get our last Body Slam off, and then he gets his final one off. So pretty crazy. We both had that same mentality to like switch there. We do end up getting off our Sky Attack before his Body Slam, which was crucial, because we're going to somehow beat his Noctowl to his Sky Attack. So I think the key to that was under tapping, because I somehow beat him, but I'm not sure if his Sky Attack would have even killed our Noctowl at that range. It was very close though. So GG's and well played to you, Jake, again. I'll leave his channel link down below in the description and in the pinned comment for you guys to go check out. Alright guys, going into this next game against Jake, we are going to be opening with our boy Lone Golem, and he opens Magnet Zone. So this is a winning matchup for us, because his Sparks will be dealing not very effective, and our Rock Throws will be dealing Not very effective also, but Rock Throw does more damage than Spark. So yeah, it's actually really, in the moment I thought it was neutral, but I mean, I know Steel resists Rock, it's just Magnezone is really squishy. So he brings in that Wigglytuff, so we're gonna immediately swap out, and it's a bad switch, guys. So I was expecting, like, what was I expecting? I was expecting a Vigoroth, that's what. And then he switches into his Noctowl, and he decides to forego shields against that Power Gem, so that's good. Now he's going to really aggro farm us there, so we're going to try to bait a shield out with Scizor, and he does shield. So that right there was a really crucial shield bait to get. Now we can bring in our Alolan Golem to soak the Sky Attack, but he does have a second one here incoming any moment now, I believe. But we have our boy Scizor, and this is perfect HP to farm with Bullet Punch. So as you can see here, we're gonna farm it. And guys, this is an amazing matchup here to end it off. It's Wigglytuff, and instantly we're gonna go for the Scizor because we know he has to shield that regardless. And because Charm is so slow of a move, we can beat him to the Iron Head and finish off that game. So GG's yet again, and well played, Jake. Appreciate the matches, and let's get into the final match of the video. Alright guys, so jumping into the final battle match of the video. Against Jake, we're going to be opening with our Noctowl, and he opens with a Alolan Golem. So this is an instant swap out into our Lantern, which does chip away quite quickly, and he has that hard Venusaur counter to our Lantern. So this is already starting off on a bad note. We're already behind heavily in the match. And now we decide what do we want to go in and farm this Venusaur with. So I wanted to go Noctowl, but I wanted to show, like, you know, Scizor in this scenario. So we're gonna go for the Scizor there, feint out the Venusaur, and then we're gonna expect a Flyer to come in here, and it's that Noctowl. So right here we're gonna have to go for the Iron Head, try to force shield or do a ton of damage, and he does shield. So that means we're gonna swap out immediately. We know that Alolan Golem's probably going to come back in, but we think he's not going to shield this, so we're going to go for the Hail Mary Psychic, and he does not shield, so that's actually good for us. And he uses his energy here, so that's good. We are up a shield, but we're up against a Noctowl, guys, and he has a ton of energy built up. 1 Sky Attack, 2 Sky Attacks back to back, so there's no way we're going to make this comeback, guys, because he still has a shield. All we can do here is go for the shield bait with Scizor, which we do luckily get, but we can't beat him to an Iron Head. So yeah, that's going to be a loss there in the final game. I feel Scizor did a lot of work that game, but overall we just had a bad lead, and I feel that is pretty much what cost us that game there. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my analysis with Scizor against the top 23 of the Jungle Cup meta, including Charm, Wigglytuff. And I hope you guys learned the role of Scizor and its positive and bad matchups in the meta. And overall, I hope those battles helped you learn about Scizor and what he can do against a lot of the top meta Pokemon. So again, those battles were against JakeDoesHurdles on YouTube. You can find him down below in the description. I'll leave a link to his channel, and you guys should really go check him out and drop him a sub. He's definitely going to be an upcoming content creator here very soon. He's definitely grinding out those videos, and a lot of respect to him just as a person and as a content creator. So definitely go check him out. He is a beast. And yeah, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I really do appreciate you guys for watching these videos, and tell me down below what other Pokemon you'd like to see me spotlight in the future. And just tell me overall, would you like to see like some overall PvP videos, maybe like PvP tips or advanced strategy videos? Yeah, just let me know what you'd like to see. Appreciate you all for watching, and until the next video, guys, please don't forget to drop that subscribe, leave a like, and smash the like, what am I saying, and leave that comment. And until the next video, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Have a fantastic day, and peace out.